Well, good morning there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. I just want to take a few minutes and talk about something this morning. Cleveland Indians manager Terry Francona is going to be staying in Cleveland at least through 2022. Terry Francona announced his contract extension for another 2 years to stay with the Cleveland Indians. He's starting his 7th season with the Tribe, and Cleveland fans are rejoicing because he is the best manager that has come around since Mike Hargrove. And let me tell you, Terry Francona knows how to get the job done. He has 1,576 career wins, second all-time behind San Francisco Giants manager Bruce Bochy. Francona's been with the Philadelphia Phillies, the Boston Red Sox, and the Cleveland Indians. Now, Francona was with the Red Sox. He took the Red Sox to 2 World Series crowns in 2004 and 2007. Both of those World Series crowns were World Series sweeps. Francona left Boston in 2011 and took some time off. But in 2013, old Tito was back with the Cleveland Indians. And what has old Terry Francona done since he's been in Cleveland? Yes, 3 American League Central crowns, 3 American League Central Division championships, a trip to the 2016 World Series and an American League pennant. Sadly, the Indians fell short in the World Series in 7 games to the Chicago Cubs, and that was a 10-inning battle in Game 7. But unfortunately, that night it didn't fall in our favor. It is a very exciting day here in the wonderful city of Cleveland. Terry Francona is going to be sticking around, and the bottom line is the Indians really know how to get the job done. Think about it. Back in 2016, we won our first American League pennant, went to the World Series. Back in 2017, we had the best record in the American League, but we unfortunately laid a goose egg against the Yankees in the League Division Series. Then last year, a lot of people said the Indians won the American League Central because the division was weak. Now that the division was weak last year, I'm not gonna deny it, but here's the deal. The Indians knew how to get the job done. They got the guys to do it. Now, Francisco Lindor was on the disabled list. He's not going to be back. Lindor is on the disabled list, but Francona's got some pitching. He's got some hitting. Tyler Naquin, look out for him. Now, the Indians did lose Michael Brantley to the Houston Astros. I'm not going to deny it. However, we got some guys that can get. The Indians' pitching has been good, not great. Right now, the Indians are a game below 500 in the Central in this early part of the season. They're in 3rd place. The Minnesota Twins, surprisingly, have been the story of the American League Central so far, along with the Detroit Tigers. Now, I grant you the season has started, but Terry Francona has already said, I've got my feet planted here in Cleveland, and I'm staying. I'm happy here. Well, Tito, we are happy to have you here in Cleveland, man. You have really turned the Indians around, and that's all there is to it. This guy, Terry Francona, knows how to get the job done. He got the job done in Boston. 2 World Series crowns, 3 American League Central Division crowns with the Cleveland Indians, and a trip to the 2016 World Series where they fell short against the Cubs. And I remember I saw the replay of that Game 7 that interview that Terry Francona did after Game 7 of the World Series. He said, I take some responsibility for the Indians losing. And I said, no, Tito, don't take any responsibility. You just ran into what Buzz saw. You ran into think about this in 2016 when the Indians were in the World Series. What did they have against them? Addison Russell, with the Chicago Cubs, the Cubs had Addison Russell, Dexter Fowler when he was in Chicago before he went to St. Louis. They ran into Aroldis Chapman in Game 5 when the Indians had a chance to put it away. They couldn't get the job done. Then in Game 6, a grand slam right out of the gate off of Fowler. And then in Game 7 of the 2016 World Series was a classic. I don't care what you guys say. Despite the fact that the Indians came out on the wrong end, that game was a classic. And Terry Francona was a class act in that post-game interview that he did with Ken Rosenthal for Fox Sports after that game. Terry Francona belongs in Cleveland. It's a perfect fit for him. And let's think about this. He's still a young guy at heart. He actually turned 60 later this month. His 60th birthday is coming up later this month. So, Terry, happy early birthday, buddy. We're happy to have you staying here in Cleveland. But you know something? All in all, Oh, Tito, and that was actually his father's name. That's the truth. It is a very exciting day here in Cleveland. When I got the news that Terry Francona was going to be staying, I'm thinking, we need him now because he knows how to get the job done. He's got the job done in Boston. He's took the Indians to 3 Central Division crowns into the 2016 World Series where we came up short. But you know what? All in all, I'd be happy to keep Tito Francona, and it's a perfect day here in Cleveland. Will the Indians win the World Series? Only time will tell that. Will they win the Central Division? Right now, they're having some early season struggles. And usually, the Indians struggle in April. That's how it's always been. However, I have confidence in the Cleveland organization. Tom Dolan, the Dolan family, when they hired Tito and they renewed his contract, they said, you're our guy. You'll always be our guy. And when your contract comes out and you want to retire, hey, you have nothing left to prove. And really, Tito has really nothing left to prove. He wants to try to bring a World Series home to Cleveland, and I can understand that. But Terry Francona's already got a Hall of Fame career. 3 World Series trips, 2 World Series rings, 1,576 career wins. And on top of that, he has the American League best record of a 547 and 427. 547 career wins. That's a winning percentage of .562. Very impressive. Francona's already got an impressive resume. A lot of people have said, Tito, why don't you hang it up? He says, I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to at least try to get Cleveland a World Series. Because you know what? After everything I've done, I'm enjoying it. I'm having too much fun. And I'm enjoying it right now. And those were Terry Francona's words. Let's think about this. Indians fans are rejoicing that he is staying. And let me tell you, so am I. And that's all I have to say here this morning. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes with me here this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. All you have to do is type my name, scroll down, look for this pretty face, click subscribe, and you'll see all the sports videos I have done so far. Tomorrow night at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be doing a Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk show. I'm going to be talking the NCAA Final Four and possible drafts for the possible college players already declared for the draft. I already know of one already, and I'll have more on that tomorrow night. And I'll have more talk on Major League Baseball, the NBA, possibly the NFL, and we're going to have a lot of fun here tomorrow night at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for being with me. You guys have a fantastic day, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you.